All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is going to be a premiere episode of David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure, where everybody's opinion is still a lie. Whoa. We're seeing the end of David's cult, you guys. We have been on David for what, 2 years? 2 years we've been on David, right? We have been focusing all of our efforts, everything we can do to stop David, right? We are very much seeing the end of his cult, and this is why. Here's a few reasons why. One, his health, okay? David is in extremely poor health. We know for sure he's overweight, okay? We know for sure he doesn't take care of his health, and he's got all those gyms there at the residential centers, okay? He's on a piss poor diet, no doubt fucking using drugs, okay? I was talking to one of our confidants offline. They brought up a good point. What if he's already had surgery? What if he's had some kind of surgery already? Because he does. David looks like absolute dog shit still, right? The last time we saw him, everybody, he looks like shit, right? He looked like shit. He still looks like shit. So I was thinking, when this person mentioned that, like, yeah, man, that makes perfect sense. What if he already had a surgery? We just don't know it. What if the last fucking year that he's been in shut away, that he had a surgery? I'm thinking, what came to my mind immediately was a stent. I'm thinking David had a stent put in his heart because he's just he's in such bad shape that he can hardly, he looks out of breath, everybody. He looks out of breath, okay? And this is why we're talking the end of David's cult, okay? One, his health, okay? I'm gonna adjust this here. Okay, one, his health. His health is shit, right? We know his health is shit. We know he doesn't take care of it. Bad diet, bad exercise, stress, depression, anxiety, elevated heart rate, hypertension. You're talking a fucking recipe for disaster just with his health alone, okay? He can't even come out and put out new content. I've been watching his view count for the last few days, and it hasn't gone up, even though all these fucking huge videos that he's running for fucking 2 or 3 days in a row, there's no view count even at there. It's very few. Very few. I think YouTube is realizing what he's doing, and they're not giving him the views, because what he's doing, it looks like what he's doing is actually using OBS, and then he just keeps replaying stupid shit over and over. He's literally chopping up his old reruns and just fucking running them on a background, basically. He's putting a fucking picture over the video and then just letting it run, right? There's no new content. Zero new content from this guy. All right. This also leads me to believe that this is why we're seeing the end of his cult. One, no new content, okay? So health, okay. One, his health, okay? David is in absolutely shitty fucking health, all right? He's in bad health. Let's just get that out of the way. David's in bad health, right? Number two, no new content. All the shit he's rerunning, the spam, the reruns, all these fucking literally spliced and diced videos. David talks about the deposition being spliced and diced. No, David, you're actually fucking splicing and dicing your old shit now, okay? Anybody that follows David, his little cult ministry is over. It's done with. You're seeing the end of it, really. Because we've put our energy into David for the last 2 years, sending in fraud reports. And by the way, I take a break through the holidays sending in fraud reports. So I haven't sent any in for a couple, like through holidays and stuff, okay? I'll commence after the first of the year, because the government doesn't do shit around this time any fucking ways, okay? They're all fucking taking their vacations and shit and, taking off. Yeah, fuck everybody else. We're going to go and take our other vacation. We're going to take a 3-month vacation. Take a 90-day vacation, everybody. See ya. Have a nice fucking holiday. You still get paid, though. So, come around first of the year, I'll start sending in fraud reports again, but I'm going to do some new and improved ones, and I'm not going to waste any more fucking time. I'm going to print out the ones that I redid and just start fucking sending them in. I'm going to start sending them in probably more frequently, too, I think. I'll start doing that. Come first of the year, I'll start, instead of sending one in a week, I'll send in 2. I'll send in one in on Monday, one in on Friday. because I'm getting letters back from the IRS still right now, and the letters that I'm getting back from the IRS are from letters that I sent in July, June and July, August, September, October. So they're catching up. They're still 3 months behind. Okay, I haven't sent any in a couple weeks. So, come first of the year, I probably should send them in just to let them know that I haven't fucking forgot. Because they're probably like, yeah, this guy fucking probably finally fucking forgot to send us for these reports, but no, I didn't. It's just family time during the holidays, man. I really like to kind of focus the energy there and stuff, but around the holidays, once again, I don't do it so much. But first year, I will recommence, and I'm gonna fucking send in more because this shit's gonna end, and we have to do it as a group, you guys. This can't be done alone. We have like Zero Skateboarder said, one of the subscribers. He's over in Europe, right? And he's American citizen. He's got dual citizenship. He's German and American, and he brought up a good point. You know, a couple months back when I had a Zoom meeting with him. Real nice guy, man. Very well spoken, very intelligent. And he was like, dude, he's like, you're going about it the right way by sending in the reports to the IRS, because now they have a fucking paper trail saying, hey, you guys need to start looking at this guy. He's got multiple tax ID numbers. And he was right. You have to play the bureaucratic long game with the government, or else they're not going to do shit. They're going to sit there with their heads up their ass and be like, oh, there's nothing going on here. We're not going to do anything because the people aren't saying shit about it. But at the end of the day, guys, we pay these people to do this job, right? We pay the IRS to do a job to make sure the money's not being fucking scammed, right? So yeah, the fraud reports will continue. And I encourage everybody else to do the same. Keep sending them in. Keep sending them in, you guys. Keep sending them in. They can't stop you. Uncle Rico's going to fucking pay David a visit eventually. Uncle Rico's going to show up one day. Okay, number 3. So we got health, content. Let's move on to number 3. The houses. All the big property purchases, okay? All those big property purchases is technically is a financial grave for David and his cult. Now he's got to maintain all these properties. He's got a lien on the residential center. He's got a federal lawsuit down in Florida, okay? On top of that, he's got all these properties he's got to maintain. Those are the lien and the lawsuit are just the 2 that we know about right now. What if there's more? I'm sitting here banging my head like, maybe that's just all that we know about. Maybe there's more. Because at this point, what people could probably start doing to David is going after him civilly because of all the lies and shit that he's told, and saying, well, I'm going to do all this stuff with the money, but at the end of the day, look where he's at. He hasn't shown his face, held a service, done anything except hide. And no doubt, David, because people are looking for you. People are looking for you. I'm not saying to hurt you, but people are looking for you, David. Anybody that's looking for David, he's going to be hiding down in Florida, okay? He burned all the bridges up in St. Louis. He did. St. Louis, the whole city of St. Louis and that whole county knows who the fuck David E. Taylor is, and they're tired of his shit. Is from what I've dug up. That's not a lie, man. That's not bullshit. That is quote, they're tired of his shit. Okay? Now, they, meaning the officials in St. Louis. I'm not going to say which ones, but the officials. Everybody up in St. Louis knows who the fuck David E. Taylor is, and it's not in a good way. That's why David boogied the fuck out of Chesterfield, Missouri. What was it, 2021, beginning of 2021, right? They were doing all those purchases, man. They got the fuck out. They're like, shit, we burned all our bridges here. We're the fuck out of this cold ass fucking state and going down to Florida where it's warm, right? Then he goes down there, buys the mansion from Darcy Glazer Kasowitz, the Buccaneers coach, assistant coach, okay? They buy that in a shady real estate deal. Let's call it $9 million. $9 million, definitely fair to say. So buy it in a shady real estate deal. They pull a loan from a loan shark, a real loan shark, right? Definitely paying Prime Plus. Who knows? Fuck, man, I don't even want to know what they're paying on that interest rate. Jesus Christ, man. They're probably paying. They got to be paying at least 30%. They're paying 30% on that place. Easily. That place alone will bury them. That place alone will bury them. David, they're hurting for money too right now. I mean, David puts a video up of Black Friday, so he's like, oh, I'm having a Black Friday sale. Everybody buy my shitty fucking books. They're on sale for $2 because nobody else wants to buy them. So the houses, that's gonna be a big financial fuck for Dave. Because what's ultimately going to happen is whoever's looking for him for these monies, they're going to go after the properties, David. They're going to find the properties. They're going to find the tax ID numbers. Dude, they are going to uncover a whole shit ton of shit. They're going to uncover a whole shit ton of shit on you, David. Whenever, I don't know. But it's going to happen eventually, man. You have compounded so much interest with your bullshit. You can't unfuck this interest, buddy. You can't unfuck this interest, Dave. Michelle, I recommend you give up right now. Because he is fucking sailing you down the river. I know you don't give a shit. I know you don't care, Michelle, because if you did, you would have walked already. You would have walked and you would have got the fuck out. But you're like, oh no, there's nothing going on here. He's such a great apostle. I'm going to stay here and support him, and he's just so great. He's a great apostle. Michelle, you're fucked. You know that, right? You're fucked. David's fucked. Tony, you're fucked. Steve, Ashley, anybody else that's been associated with David up to this point is still associating with David is fucked. You guys get out. You gotta get out. Please. Michelle, get out. Ashley, Steve, Tony, Joseph, you guys get the fuck out. Anybody else who's following David, get the fuck out, man. Because this is indeed the end of David E. Taylor. Where is he? Where are you, David? Where are you? You were this big, boisterous, fucking, flamboyant fucking pastor a couple years ago. Now all of a sudden, where the fuck are you, dude? Going into hiding, you're pulling a fucking L. Ron Hubbard move. David's like, I'm going to go into hiding like L. Ron Hubbard and just disappear. That's what L. Ron Hubbard did. He fucking just went into hiding like a little fucking pansy ass and fucking disappeared and nobody ever fucking saw him again. What a piece of shit L. Ron was, huh? Piece of work that guy is. And you notice like these cult leaders, right? When the shit goes down, it's like they just fucking go into hiding, never to be fucking heard from again. Kind of like fucking that little Keebler Elf fucking cookie-eating motherfucker, David Miscavige. It's funny. You got two of the, like, in my opinion, our opinion, in our eyes, David's one of the worst fucking cult leaders out on the fucking market right now, right? But then you got a real organized piece of shit cult like fucking Church of Scientology, and you got that fucking sack of shit David Miscavige fucking hiding like a little piece of shit too. Fucking David Miscavige. You got the two Davids in hiding. I'd like to see David Miscavige and David Taylor in the same room. Could you imagine David in the same room? David Miscavige like fucking preaching his Scientology bullshit, and David E. Taylor preaching, oh, I'm the greatest Messiah. I'm God's prophet and Jesus' best friend. Oh man, shit. Two Davids in hiding, David Miscavige and David E. Taylor. Fucking cult leaders, man. That's usually the research I've done in this, what I've found out, documents, interviews, all this reading and shit, is that these cult leaders, they go into hiding basically when the shit goes down. They don't want any part of the exposure, so to say. They don't want their feet held to the fire, so what they do, they shut their mouths and they go into hiding, and the government just kind of forgets about them, like, all right, fuck that guy, he's done. But no, at this point, David needs to be fucking prosecuted for all the crimes he's committed, which is federal. He's committed federal fucking white-collar crimes. Fuck yeah, he has. Fucking moving that much money around and not reporting it for fucking numerous years in a row while creating fictitious names and fake ID numbers. That's called money laundering. That's called money laundering, and that's why I report him to the IRS. Because everybody was asking, hey, how come this guy's been busted? Well, let's put him on the IRS's watch list, right? He's opened different tax ID numbers, right? That's where they're fucking up. Because now all they got to do is they got to go back and look at the tax ID numbers, see who filed them. They're all going back to David. All these tax ID numbers, somebody signed that form to get that tax exemption, all right? Somebody had to sign that form. It's all going back to somebody. And that's why they create the fictitious name. So they say they use Kingdom of God Global Church. Under that fictitious name, they can create fucking LLCs and shit under Kingdom of God Global Church. That's how it works. You can do that. It's like, so you got KOGGC, right? Now, branch that off into, say, 3 fucking different LLCs, right? And then off of those LLCs, you can fucking form, it's a fucking mess what they've done. And they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. David does. David and Michelle. And this was a question that came up in the conversation the other day. Who do you think is running the show there? Who's calling all the shots, making all these big decisions with all the money? And what I was thinking, I was like, damn, that's a good fucking question. And it is. I was thinking, okay, maybe it's David. I think David is the one. This was my response to our person here, to our guy. David is telling Michelle what to do, and Michelle's following through with it. So Michelle's just kind of blindly fucking following David, signing off on everything, being like, yeah, that's a good idea. And David sitting back, but hey, Michelle, go ahead and put your signature on this and fucking sign for everything. Michelle, he's setting you up. Michelle, he's setting you up. You don't fucking get it. You might not think he is, Michelle, but he's setting you up. He is setting you up big time, Michelle. When the shit goes down, they're going to come after you because you know what? Your name is on the work with the residential center. You signed off on that $90,000 worth of work to be done. Your name, that's in your name. Okay? You're the representative of Kingdom of God Global Church. You signed for the paperwork. Okay? So that $90,000 is not the church's, it's Michelle Brannon's $90,000 that you owe that company. So, kind of got off on a tangent there. So we got, what did we get? His health, the properties, the social media. I mean, it really is, you guys. This is the end of a cult. What we're seeing is the end of a cult. And Chris Com brought it up the other day real well too. He's like, dude, we've been on this fucker for 2 years, causing him problems. Not even causing him problems, just exposing his bullshit. Calling him out. Saying, nope, he's wrong. He's a fucking liar. He's a false prophet. Because if he's this great prophet, right, God should be listening to him, and God's supposed to come and strike me down for doing all this shit I'm talking about on David, right? And God hasn't struck me down yet. I would never challenge God like that. But David doesn't possess that power to say, oh, God, you need to strike down all my enemies. No, fuck him. David, you don't possess that power. You do not possess the power to tell God to come down and strike his enemies. You're just a fucking donut-eating fucking piece of shit, dude. You just eat fucking Luther burgers all day. Luther Burger Boy. Start a new fucking restaurant. It's gonna be called Luther Burger Boy. David's gonna be the fucking mascot. He's gonna be standing out there holding a fucking plate of donuts and Big Macs and shit. Donuts in one hand and fucking burgers in the other. So that's kind of where I was just... We are seeing the end of this cult, you guys. And I think it's safe to say, like, we can maybe start moving on to other people. We can always go back to David, man. We can always fucking swing back around to David. If he starts coming out and wants to be an asshole again, well, David, guess what? We're going to come back to you. Josiah Mizukami? Yeah, man. You got another thing coming, dude. You got another thing coming, man. Man. Sorry, I was thinking about fucking Josiah's dumbass for a minute. That idiot. Jesus Christ. Let's stay on David. This was about David today. About the end of David's cult. Because we are indeed seeing the end of his cult, you guys. We are. This is what 2 years worth of work does to a cult. The constant talking about it, talking about the dangers, the destruction, the manipulation, the psychological fucking control, the mind manipulation, the behavior, information, thought, emotion control, because that's the fucking Stephen Hassan's four main control factors of a cult: behavior, emotion, thought, and information. You control those four, you control a person. Control the behavior. And it's weird. This is how I think. This is just me thinking. You control the information and the thought. If you control the information, I believe if you control the information, you control the behavior, the thought, and the emotion. Once you gain control of the information, you can start manipulating those other three characteristics of a cult bite model. That's just my opinion. I could fucking probably wrong, but you know, once you control information, say David takes YouTube completely out of the fucking picture. Say, what if David took all electronics away from his members? David says, no, nobody can have electronics here but me. Okay? That's it. And you guys, anytime we watch stuff, it's only going to be my shit. Okay? And I'm going to be there when you all watch it to make sure you guys watch it. Now what? He is completely controlling the information that they are being fed. And that's dangerous. So with that being said, like, this was just a shorty today, you guys. We need to keep focus on these cults. We really do. Well, let's start looking for the next one, guys. If you guys got any ideas, you know any about there, you guys want to start going after and start bringing to the attention of the government, let's do it. But there has to be an end. We got to have it. There's got to be an end so we can hold them to the fire, right? We got to hold them to the fire. So we have to be able to have like a legal end. That way the government can get their fucking heads out of their ass and do their job. So we can always come back around to David, you guys. All right, it's still going to be full frontal exposure. I'll still keep the channel the same, but I think we could start looking into some other people and see what we can do from there. David, I think we've done our due diligence in stopping David, you guys. We've all done a fucking great job here, man. Everybody's done their part, man. And it's you guys as subscribers. It really is. Taking the time to come in and watch the videos and discuss the topic of this cult. Of cults, just in general. It's not an easy topic, man. It's not an easy topic. So with that being said, man, you guys, thank you for helping stop this cult. All right, we're seeing the end of a cult. This is the end of David's cult. It really is, guys. David's cult is done. All right, he's got huge problems he's facing right now, big problems. All right, David, if you come out and do anything dumb, I will be here. Don't think I won't be paying attention. All right, but David, we've knocked your cult down to the bottom of the very bottom. All right, so face your legal battles, fight these federal charges, because you have a fucking shit ton of shit ahead of you, David. You have a lot to work on. Your health should be your main concern. Making it to trial, it should be your main concern, okay? That would be that's my main concern for you, David, is getting your health under control first, okay? Do that first. Get your health under control, and then once you do that, worry about getting a trial, but first your health, David. Get your health under control, okay? Or else you're going to be at the fucking pearly gates before you know it.